Hello students. Our topic for today is linear equations in two variables. In lower class you have already studied different methods of solving linear equations in two variables, which include equating the coefficient method, substitution method. This year you have studied graphical method, and now we are going to start with another method called as the determinant method, also called as the Cramer's rule. In this method, we will use determinants to solve linear equations in two variables. The question arises, what is a determinant? So before we start, let us make few ground rules here today. You should pause the video here and get your notebooks and pen and be ready to practice as we proceed. I hope you all know how to pause the video. Welcome back. Now I consider that you have a notebook and pen ready with you. The rules remain same. I will give you time to write down whatever we are going to write on the board, but before that you have to concentrate to understand what we are doing. So that time you won't be writing anything. Once I ask you to pause the video, you will pause the video and then you will start practicing on your own. Once you are finished, you will proceed to the next question. So we'll continue this method as we proceed. This is not to be a one-way traffic. Only I am explaining it on board and you people are only looking at it. That is not going to help you a lot in the long run. So you have to keep on practicing along with me as we proceed. The method that we are going to learn today is called as the determinants method or Cramer's rule. In this method, we'll learn how to solve linear equations using determinant. The problem, at present we don't know what is a determinant. So before we proceed with solving linear equations using Cramer's rule or determinant method, we will first try to understand what exactly is a determinant. Basically, a determinant is a square arrangement of numbers. Square arrangement of numbers between two vertical lines which always reduces to a value. Once again, what is a determinant? It is a square arrangement of numbers between two vertical lines which always reduces to a value. We are interested in finding the value of a determinant. Let us try to understand this in a little bit of more detail. What you see here are few numbers written on the board. If you look carefully, I have written 4 numbers here. They are written in 2 rows. The first row is 3, 2. The second row is 1, 5. and two columns. The first column is 3, 1 and the second column is 2, 5. So basically what we have here are some numbers which we can call as a square arrangement, because these numbers are written in the form of 2 rows and 2 columns. This is what we mean by square arrangement of numbers. We may have 3 rows and 3 columns, 5 rows and 5 columns, 10 rows and 10 columns, and so on. But that is out of scope for us. At present, we are only interested in a square arrangement of numbers having 2 rows and 2 columns. So what we have here is a square arrangement. Let me put the 2 vertical lines over here. So these are the 2 vertical lines. So now we have a square arrangement of numbers between 2 vertical lines. And this will always reduce to a value. That is what is important for us. Now the question arises, how do we get that value? So to find the value of this determinant, we'll use 3 multiplied by 5. That is this multiplied by this over here, minus 2 multiplied by 1. This is the method of finding the value of a determinant of the order 2. Order 2 means this determinant has 2 rows and 2 columns. For determinants having different order, there are different methods, but again we are not interested in those things. So how to find the value of this determinant? 3 multiplied by 5 minus 2 multiplied by 1. Let us calculate this. 3 5s are 15 minus 2. The answer is 13. This is how you find the value of a determinant. Here we have the first question from exercise 1.3, where, as you can see, we have a determinant here. The first row is 3, 2, second row 4, 5. And we are asked to find the value of this determinant by filling in the boxes. Now you very well know, to find the value of this determinant, we'll multiply this 3 here by 5. So 3 multiplied by 5 will come in this box, minus 2 multiplied by 4. So 2 will come over here. 3 5s are, we get 15 over here, minus 2 4s are 8 over here, which is equal to 15 minus 8, which is equal to 7. So you can understand how simple it is to find the value of the determinant. You'll pause the video here. You will write down this sum in your notebook, and when you are ready, you will proceed. Welcome back. Now this is the second question of exercise 1.3. And what you are asked here is to find the value of this determinant. Now by now, I suppose you know that a determinant is a square arrangement of numbers, which you can see over here. We have 2 rows and 2 columns. The first row being minus 1, 7. The second row is 2, 2 and 4. Sorry. How to find the value of this determinant? Now to find the value of this determinant, the method is minus 1 multiplied by 4 minus, which comes from the formula, 7 multiplied by 2. Any problem? Moving ahead, minus 1 into 4 will give us minus 4. Minus 7 into 2 will give us minus 14. So minus 4 minus 14, the answer is minus 18. As you can see over here, The value of the determinant here is minus 18. So what you have to keep in mind is determinant can have a value positive as well as can have a negative value. Pause the video here, complete the sum. The second question here is another determinant, we have to find its value. The determinant is, in the first row we have 5, 3. In the second row we have minus 7, 0. So how to find the value? 5 will multiply by 0 minus 3 multiplied by minus 7. So 5 into 0 will give us 0. Minus multiplied by minus here will give us plus. 3 multiplied by 7 will give us 21. So 0 plus 21, that will be 21. Take a pause here. Write down the sum and we'll meet again afterwards. Welcome back. Now this is another determinant and we are asked to find its value. So here we have 7 upon 3 multiplied by 1 upon 2 minus 5 upon 3 multiplied by 3 upon 2. I hope you know how to multiply. 7 ones are 7 upon 3 twos are 6 minus 5 threes are will give you 15 upon 3 twos are 6. Here the denominator is equal in both the cases. So 7 minus 15, that will give us minus 8 upon 6. That will be your answer. Take a pause here to complete the sum. Welcome back. So now we know how to find the value of a determinant. We are going to use this knowledge to solve linear equations in two variables using Cramer's rule, also called as the method of determinant. Steps in finding the solution of linear equations using Cramer's rule. Step 1. Write the equations in the form ax plus by equal to c. Check the step. Step 1. Write both the equations in the form ax plus by equal to c. The constant term should be on the other side of the equal to sign. Step 2. This is step 1. Step 2. After you have written both the equations in the form ax plus by equal to c, you will find the value of a, b and c for both the equations as a1, b1, c1 for the first equation and a2, b2, c2 for the second equation. So you'll find the value of a, b and c for both the equations. Step number 3. After you have calculated or written down the values of a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2, you have to find the value of three determinants by the name d, second determinant as dx, and the third determinant as dy. How to find these three determinants we'll discuss afterwards. Right now the step is find d, dx and dy. The last step is find the value of x, which is our aim to find x and y. So we'll find the value of x using the formula x is equal to the value of dx upon the value of d. So x is given by the formula dx upon d. Similarly, y is given by the formula dy upon d. So these are the steps in solving a system of linear equations using Cramer's rule. Let us go back to the steps once again. Step number 1. Write the equations in the form ax plus by equal to c. Step 1. Step 2. Once you have written both the equations in this form, compare them with a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2 and find the values of a1 b1 c1 and a2 b2 c2. That will be your step number 2. Then, using determinants, you will find the value of 3 determinants by the name d, dx and dy, which still is a problem because we don't know how to write these determinants. Where are these determinants? We'll learn how to write these 3 determinants, and we already know how to find their values. So the only problem now remaining to us is how to write down these 3 determinants, d, dx and dy. We'll learn it in the next step. And finally, once you get these 3 values, you will find x by using the formula dx upon d and y by using the formula dy upon d. Go through the steps on your own, try to understand them, keep them in mind. We'll wait for a few seconds over here. Moving on, you can see the 2 equations over here, 3x minus 4y equal to 10, which is equation 1, and 4x plus 3y equal to 5, equation 2. Now we are going to learn how to solve these simultaneous equations using Cramer's rule. Now I hope you already remember the steps that we require to find solution of these equations. Step 1. Write the 2 equations in the form ax plus by equal to c. Now if you look at the given equations, you will realize that these equations are already in the form ax plus by equal to c. So we have completed the first step over here. Second step is we have to compare these 2 equations with the general equations a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2, and we have to find the value of a1, b1 and c1, which are the coefficients of x, y and constant term. Let us try it. Comparing the first equation with a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and the second equation with a2x plus b2y equal to c2, we get, if you look at it, the first equation we have is 3x minus 4y equal to 10. So if I am comparing it with a1x plus b1y equal to c1, what I get in place of a1 is, a1 being the coefficient of x. So if you look at the first equation, the coefficient of x over there is 3. So a1 is 3. Now tell me what is b1? b1 is minus 4. b1 is minus 4, not 4. b1 is minus 4. And c1 is 10. So we have the values of a1, b1 and c1. Similarly, if we compare the second equation 4x plus 3y equal to 5 with a2x plus b2y equal to c2, we get the coefficients of x, a2 as 4, b2 will be 3 and c2 will be 5. So now we have the second step ready with us. A1 is 3, B1 is minus 4, and C1 is 10. Similarly, A2 is 4, B2 is 3, and C2 is 5. Now comes the third part, where we have to find the three determinants by the name d, dx, and dy. I repeat, we have to find three determinants, d, dx, and dy. Question is, where are these determinants? We already know how to find the value of the determinant, but at present we do not have these three determinants with us. We'll learn how to write down these three determinants from the values of A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2. Complete this much in your notebook. Pause the video over here. Write down this much. Try to understand. We have completed two steps over here. We have written the two equations in the form ax plus by equal to c. And then we have compared the two equations and got the values of a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2. The next step is to find the three determinants d, dx and dy. That we'll learn a little later. For the time being, pause your video, complete this much in your notebook, and then we'll start with finding the three determinants. Pause the video now. The first determinant is d. D is equal to, now where is this determinant? So we'll get this determinant by writing a1, b1 and a2, b2 in the determinant. That is 3 minus 4, 4, 3. This is our determinant D. How we got this determinant? That is A1, B1, A2, B2, A1, B1, A2, B2. Now we already know how to find the value of this determinant, so let us attempt that. So 3 multiplied by 3 minus 4 multiplied by 4. Now don't confuse yourself. This minus here, this one is from the formula. And this minus over here is because we have a minus sign here with 4. Now continuing further, 3 3s are, we get 9. Minus of minus, that will be plus. 4 4s are, will give us 16. So 9 plus 16, that gives us 23. So we have got the value of D, which is the first determinant, as 23. The second step is to find the value of the second determinant, that is dx. Now this part is very important. How do we get dx here? Look at D. We have D. Here we have A1, A2 as 3 and 4. A1, A2, A1, A2. That is 3 and 4. Which are the coefficients of x? In dx, the coefficient of x will be replaced by C1 and C2. So A1, A2 will be replaced by C1, C2. So we have 10 and 5 here in place of A1 and A2. B1, B2 will remain as it is. So that will be minus 4 and 3. So now you have the second determinant with you, that is dx. That is 10 and 5, which are the coefficients of the constant terms, C1, C2. They are replacing A1, A2. So A1, A2 is replaced by C1, C2. Once again, A1, A2 here is replaced by C1, C2. Check out again. A1, A2 is replaced by C1, C2. Now let us find the value of this determinant. So we already know how to find the value of the determinant. This will be equal to 10 multiplied by 3 minus, which comes from the formula, minus 4, that is the value of B1, multiplied by 5. So we have 30, minus of minus gives us plus, 4 5s are 20. Thirty plus 20, that comes out to be 50. Now just a small mistake over here. 9 plus 16 over here. By mistake we have written it as 23. It is 25. So 9 plus 16, that gives us 25. So now we have got the value of dx. Then we have to find the value of dy. To find dy, the determinant will be, here the coefficients of y will change to C1 and C2, whereas the coefficient of x will remain as they are. So coefficient of x, A1, A2, 3 and 4 will come back again here. And minus 4, 3, which are the coefficients of y, will change to 10 and 5. That is C1 and C2. Again, check over here. For dy, the coefficients of y in D, here, in this D, the coefficient of y, minus 4, 3 here in D, changes to 10 and 5, which is C1 and C2. Rest, how to find the value of the determinant, we already know. So we'll proceed. 3 into 5 minus 10 into 4. So that gives us 15 minus 40. That gives us minus 25. We'll take a break here. You will pause the video. You will complete this in your notebook. Once again, let me remind you, 9 plus 16 over here in D, here, by mistake we have written it as 23, it is actually 25. So that correction you will be doing and complete this much. Then we come to the last step, that we'll see it after you have completed this much. Welcome back. So now we move on to the last step over here. That is how to find x and y. We know the formula to find x is given by x is equal to dx upon d. Now what was the value of dx? 50. And what was the value of d? 25. So 50 upon 25, which comes out to be 2. So we get the value of x as 2. Similarly, y is given by the formula dy upon d. Now what was the value of dy? Minus 25 upon d, which was 25. Dividing it, we get minus 1. So we have the value of x as 2 and y as minus 1. So our solution, x comma y, is equal to 2 comma minus 1. That completes the sum. Let us just go back entire sum over here. What we have over here were two equations. Two equations over here, 3x minus 4y equal to 10, 4x plus 3y equal to 5. The two equations were of the form ax plus by equal to c. So we have already the two equations arranged in proper format. We started with the second step, that is comparing the equations with a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2. When we compare this equation by this equation and this equation with this equation, we get a1, which is 3 over here. So a1 is 3, b1 as minus 4 and c1 as 10. Similarly, a2 becomes 4, b2 3 and c2 5. So step number 2, find the values of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2 and c2. Then comes very important step to find the values of the three determinants d, dx and dy. d, dx and dy. How do we find these determinants? So d, determinant d is a1, b1, a2, b2. a1, b1, a2, b2, which is 3 minus 4 and 4, 3. Now we already know how to find the value of the determinant. 3 multiplied by 3 and minus 4 multiplied by 4. In between we have this minus sign from the formula. Calculating, we get 3 3s are 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16, we made a mistake before, not 23 but 25. Now to find the value of the determinant dx, what happens is, in determinant d, a1, a2 is replaced by c1, c2. Now keep in mind, this gets replaced by c1, c2. So the coefficients of x are replaced by c1, c2 in dx. b1, b2 remains where they are. Then you know how to find the value of this determinant. Multiply and you get your answer. We get 50. To find dy, we again go to d. To find dy, go back to d. In d, the coefficient of x 3, 4 will remain here also, 3, 4. So this comes down as it is. But now y, coefficient of y changes to c1, c2. Coefficient of y changes to c1, c2. And find the value of this new determinant now, which is dy. Here in this case we get the answer minus 25. Then comes the last step to find x and y. Very simple. The formula to find x is dx upon d. So dx was 50, d was 25, 50 upon 25, which gives us 2. And y is dy upon d, which is minus 25 upon 25, which gives us minus 1. Finally, x comma y is equal to 2 comma minus 1, which is our solution. You can take a pause here, complete the sum, try to understand it one more time, and then we'll proceed. Welcome back. The second question that we have over here, again we have to solve the given equations by using Cramer's rule. We know the steps. Step 1, write the equations in the form ax plus by equal to c. Step 2, find the values of a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2. Step 3, find the value of the three determinants d, dx and dy. And finally, find the value of x and y by using the formula x is equal to dx upon d and y is equal to dy upon d. If you look at the given equations, you will realize that the equations are not in proper format. So let us write down the first equation in the form ax plus by equal to c. So we'll change that given equation as 4x plus 3y equal to minus 4 goes on the other side, it will become plus 4. That will give us equation number 1. Same thing for the second case, we have 6x minus 5y comes from the other side, that becomes plus 5y equal to 8. That will be equation number 2. So step 1 completed. We have written the two equations in the form ax plus by equal to c. Step 2. We have to compare these equations. Comparing these equations with a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2, we get. So tell me the values of a1, b1 and c1 over here. a1 is 4, very good. b1, that is 3, of course. And c1 is 4. Similarly, A2 becomes 6, B2 becomes 5, and C2 is 8. Step number 2 completed. We have written the values of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2 and C2. Then comes a third step where we have to find the values of the three determinants d, dx and dy. So how to find d? So d, determinant d is a1, b1, a2, b2. That is 4, 3, 6, 5. a1, b1, a2, b2. At least now you know how to find the value of the determinants. So we have 4 multiplied by 5 minus 3 multiplied by 6. That gives us 4 5s are 20 minus 3 6 are 18. So 20 minus 18 will be equal to 2. Let us find dx. So dx is given by, instead of a1, a2, we'll replace it by c1, c2. So 4, 6 in d will change to 4 and 8. b1, b2 will remain same. Again, find the value of this determinant. That will give us 20 minus 24. That will give us minus 4. So we got the value of dx as minus 4. How we got 20 here? 4 5s are 20 and minus 24 is 3 into 8, that gives us 24. dy. So what we do in dy? From d, a1, a2 comes back to their original place and b1, b2 are replaced by c1, c2. So that will become 4 and 8. So that will be equal to 4 into 8, 4 into 8 minus 4 into 6. That is equal to 32 minus 24. That gives us 8. So now we have the value of d, which is 2, dx, which is minus 4, and dy, which is 8. So x is given by the formula. X is equal to dx upon d, which is equal to, dx is minus 4 upon d, which is 2. That comes out to be minus 2. And y is given by the formula dy upon d, which is equal to 8 upon 2, which is equal to 4. So x comma y is equal to minus 2 comma 4, which is our solution. Let us go back to the entire question once again. The equations that were given to us over here were not in proper format. We changed them into ax plus by equal to c format. Equation 1, equation 2. Step 2, we have compared these equations with a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2, and we get the values of a1, b1 and c1 as 4, 3 and 4, and a2, b2, c2 as 6, 5 and 8. Complete this much. We'll pause a little here. You can pause the video and you can write it down in your notebook. Moving ahead. Finding the values of d, dx and dy. And then finding the value of x and y. You can again pause the video here to complete it, and better try to complete it on your own instead of looking at the screen and writing it down. If you find it difficult, you can look at the screen and you can write it down, but for the time being, try to complete on your own. Pause the video. Welcome back. The last step over here, writing the solution, that is x comma y equal to minus 2 comma 4. That completes our sum. Welcome back. So we come to the end of this lesson today. Following questions you will be attempting as your homework. You have to solve these 4 questions using Cramer's rule. We'll see you in the next lecture. Be at home and attempt as many questions as possible. Thank you.